forged from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare, side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land, we pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners, wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection, and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Outspoken but kind, no silence. Shancha. The oval seal a rabat. The peacock beat it for tat. The ritual of carnival. Soca chutney bacchanal. I wake up one morning and before I stretch, it's fried baked by doubles, me nostrils.
Wake up, rise up. It's the NETT Radio Breakfast Show, bringing you the energy, music, and vibes to start your day right.
Hummingbirds and blackbirds that sing.
Well, everybody, good morning to you. Yeah. How are you feeling this morning? I'm hoping that all is well with you wherever you may be. So good morning, Trinidad, Tobago, neighbors in the Caribbean, and our friends who are streaming all around the globe on the www. Thank you very much for making us your choice each and every day. This is New Era TT Radio, the heartbeat of the Caribbean. We take you above and beyond. Sir Charles, yes, that is me. I'm here with you. And happy am I to be here with you on this Tuesday morning, the eve of Republic. As we welcome everybody, this is your Get Up and Go. Welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line, let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Show energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink.
Good morning, and welcome to the Breakfast Show on this Tuesday morning. It's almost like a holiday because tomorrow is a holiday. So it's almost like a weekend, I meant to say. Because tomorrow is Republic Day, so it's a holiday tomorrow. So we ain't on tomorrow. So it's like a night to hang out tonight because it's a holiday tomorrow. So welcome to the Breakfast Show. As we always say, we know you have a choice in who you watch and listen to, and thank you for having such wonderful taste in listening to us. So thanks so much for joining us on the Breakfast Show this morning. We appreciate you and appreciate you that you take the time to listen to us and watch us wherever you are on planet Earth, because we know we have people from around the planet watching us this morning. So good morning to you all, and good morning to my co-hosts Wendell and Sir Charles. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, everyone, wherever you may be.
Like when it was on pause, the pause button hit or something. I was eating.
Yeah, the microphone was off.
Anyway, good morning, Richard. Good morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and good morning, listeners and viewers all over this messed up globe. I'm gonna stop saying wonderful for the time being. This globe is messed up. Trinidad and Tobago is messed up. Messed up for good. Can't be fixed. I'm tired now. I'm officially tired of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm officially tired of all the institutions that we have in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm officially tired of all the people in Trinidad and Tobago. All. Officially tired.
You will have to let us know what is causing all of this.
I was planning to let you all know today, but guess what? I had to put it off again.
Oh.
I'm officially tired. This place is, I just have, I don't know what to say again, about Trinidad and Tobago, and a broad brushing it here, and for people don't private message me, don't ask me nothing. You understand? But just yesterday was another frustrating day in this place, and it's just gonna get worse. I give up. I give up. For all the people who have conspired to make my life miserable, guess what? You win. You win.
It's like that.
What do you take win?
Well, now what? Richard, you hear that last statement, right?
I'm listening. I'm just drinking my coffee. Yeah. So I watch
What
the
do you take
show.
win?
I watch the show.
Take win. If not for this radio, trust me, or they take win.
I will tell you, there's sometimes when Trinidad is very, how should I say, can be very defeating. I remember sometimes I've had, days that things just not going your way, and I say, not today, Trinidad. Not today. You will not defeat me today. When I challenge it, I swear, you'll hear the breeze rustling and the wind blowing, because the power of the word, Wendell Stephens, when you say, not today.
Richard, I've had to do that several times. I've had to do that several times. Yesterday, I thought, okay, this thing would finally come to an end.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Sometimes
not today.
Yeah. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Say Psalms, man. Say Psalms and strengthen yourself.
They say when people don't frustrate you and systems don't frustrate you, it's how you respond to it.
I know.
So that's why you say not today.
And I've always
and move on.
I'm not, how I should put it, going to give up if that's what people think. I'm just telling people, all you win. I ain't giving up. I have my life to live. You understand? I have to move on. I have to do things I need to do. You know what I mean? And people, this has nothing to do with the devil and God, no? Nothing. Yeah. They have nothing to do with them.
We're all human beings.
It's human beings. That's all. It's human beings doing what they're doing. Ain't nothing to do with the devil and God. Trust me.
Well, humans can be, and all through time, this time, last time, have always been very cruel and self-serving. So,
Well, they can be that. They also can be beautiful too.
But
they can be that too. They can be that too.
But it have the God and the devil out of this one, because people who say things in the name of God are some of the most devilish people on planet Earth.
Well, you don't have to convince me.
Richard is sold on that idea.
You don't have to convince me at all. Enough mayhem and confusion has been said in the name of God.
Yeah. And they don't.
I don't think he claiming it. He just say, Lord, they like to call my name, yes. When I'm ready for them.
Yeah. I think he stays out of it. He or she. He definitely stays out of it. But I was watching that. I'm following up on that story. I mean, let me don't spoil good news. Let me say my birthdays. Ted Mondy, he's a regular listener to us. Morning, Ted. He's known as Tia Mao on Facebook. But he's Ted Mondy. He's an ardent fan of the Breakfast Show, has been for many years. We play cricket together at Queen's Park too. He ain't so bad, Stephen Israel, Nicholas Asu, Shamion Lewin Gomes, Christu said would know that person, Stella Wint, Thomas Amugan, Wendy Greg Williams, and Brizan Frederick. They are all celebrating birthdays today. Of course, tomorrow is a good friend of mine, Colin Charles's birthday. He's so fortunate to have a birthday on a public holiday every year. You know what I mean? So happy birthday in advance, Colin Charles. Will be celebrating his birthday tomorrow, Republic Day. All right? Yes, so those are my birthday greetings.
All right, so let's just go straight into our good news to put people in a good mood before we start the show. So this is our good news segment for this morning.
Hmm.
What is this? Right, so that was our good news for this morning. The Trinidad and Tobago Philharmonic Orchestra is playing, of course, Michael Tasia's DNA. Some sample of it, a nice piece of music there to bringing and heralding Republic Day, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Nice
That
piece.
must have been a tough. That must have been a tough piece to learn, you know, because it has so many stops and starts, you know.
Well, I mean, musicians know what they need to do.
Yeah.
Let me say thanks to Junior for sharing that with us this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, have you all been seeing the videos of Guyanese fans, cricket fans, saying all manner of things? I mean, so, you know, Guyanese accent could be hard to understand sometimes, eh? But because they use a lot of weird words. But endless videos have been coming out with the Guyanese cricket fans, either cussing the Guyanese or cussing the Trinidadians. But, and I don't know where they get SK from. How they get that word? How they spell that word with a SK?
I have no idea what you're talking about, you know.
Me neither.
So Charles, you
I
don't
don't
know the
know, I
word
don't
that
know.
Guyanese
Yeah.
use with SK?
No, I don't know what word Guyanese use with SK.
All right.
But you need to put it in the chat quick, let me see now.
Me?
You know, and I mean like that on the YouTube
Right,
channel.
our chat.
Yeah, put it in the
All right, let me do it now.
Yeah.
Why don't you just say the word? Because you're just giving the English show.
It's an obscene word, Richard. They use
Oh,
it,
so that's what you're attracted to.
No, but they use it all the time. Look in the chat and see the word, and tell me if you don't know that word that Guyanese use all the time. Look in the chat.
I understand what you're talking about. Yeah. How they can pronounce it that way, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know the Guyanese, I know don't curse.
Okay.
Probably while they're in your presence.
Yeah. But yeah, there are lots of videos coming out. Of course, the Trinidad and Tobago, the TKR members returned home last evening to a rousing welcome at Piaco, and also Kishon Walcott and Jerry Richards also returned yesterday too. I don't know if that was planned, probably not. You know, because they're coming from different parts of the world.
I always find CPL a little weird for all of this patriotism, since it's not necessarily made up of Trinidadian players. You know, it's a multitude of players.
Yeah, it's franchise cricket, so
Yeah, so it's always weird that the islands, well, let me say islands and Caribbean nations have this patriotic affinity, as if it's Ghana playing when it's Amazon Warriors playing, and if it's TKR playing, it's like Trinidad playing, but it's not really.
yeah,
It's a little weird. It's a little weird. It's a little strange.
yeah. I can't disagree with you, because Ghana Amazon Warriors is actually captained by someone who played for South Africa. He's Pakistani born, I think. He played for South Africa, Imran Tahir. You know, I stand corrected on those places, those countries, but I think it's South Africa he represented, but he's Pakistan born. And some of the other teams are captained by foreign players. Trinidad TKR is captained by a Trinidadian, has always been captained by a Trinidadian. Because Barbados, I do think Barbados was captained at one time by Jason Mulder, but I don't think they have a Bajan captain this time. You know, Jamaica Tala was a Jamaican, but that's how the franchise cricket is made up. I don't mind the concept of it, you know, where each country is allowed 4 overseas players, you know, and then of course other islands make up parts of the team and so on, you know. But the team is the majority of the members on the team actually come from the island that they represent, you know. But it's a good brand of cricket. It's very successful now in the Caribbean. I think the finals go to Barbados next year, 2026. after being held in Guyana for the last 5 years, I believe, 4 or 5 years. Prior to that, it was Trinidad and Tobago hosting the finals and so on, because we have the largest following of cricketers, of cricket fans in Trinidad and Tobago. Our stadium will hold the most, as opposed to some of the other stadiums in the other islands. You know, so it's always more lucrative for the matches in Trinidad and Tobago than they would be, I guess, in the other islands. You know,
Jamaica doesn't have more.
A bigger stadium, no.
No, I mean like more people attending.
But there are more people, but the stadium won't hold as much as our stadium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know.
I gotcha. Well, let's go and greet people in the comment section who are saying
Yeah,
good morning.
let's do that. Starting with Brennan Smith, who says good morning, give thanks for another day on God's earth. Blessings to all viewing and listening. Valerie Mendoza, good morning to the breakfast team. Suzanne Jessup from Suzanne, Suzette, and Mrs. Gemma. Margaret Thomas, Eunice Dublin. Ava Smith says, okay, I thought she had a birthday greeting in there. Marcia Rock, good morning, gentlemen. Boy Bidesi from Debe, Felix Kazoo, Hill Benj, Wendy Ann and Frank James says, have a wonderful pre-holiday. Erica Charles, Sherwin and Juliet Kerr. Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona. Diane Payne.
Good morning, Ingrid.
Says, do you know where your children are? Listen, that story with that little girl,
That's heartbreaking. That's a heartbreaking story.
Yeah. I don't understand it. It's missing parts. It's missing parts and people. I hope they get to the bottom of it, you know, and arrest someone and make someone accountable for that. Because Carl Guevara says, good morning.
Where's God and things like that, Wendell? That's why he's supposed to be present.
Yeah, I know.
And make something happen to prevent her death.
Yeah, I know. I hear you when you question that, and trust me, I wish I had the answer. Michael Cadet says good morning. Marlon Motley also says good morning.
Good morning, Marlon.
Slick Money Grip, good morning, gentlemen and crew. Wayne Ramsey, Anne Noel, Carl M. Jack, Home Sweet Home. Doreen Pierre also says good morning. Far Rockaway, back out there in Rockaway. Robert Taylor in Fernandina Beach. Gavin
Good
Frank
morning,
in
Robert.
Magazine. Carol Guevara, people does overflow 2 days in the street. Yeah, that's Carnival. Katian Charles from Cascade. Debbie Modeste. Jennifer. Odell Guy from Sangre Grande. Lambert Bruce from El Dorado. Rena Jennings from Pity Valley. CJ from New York also says good morning. Julia Batiste. Happy 60th birthday to her daughter Juliet. Okay, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Juliet. 16 years. Not so long ago when I was 16.
I feel like 16 yesterday. I feel like a child, like I could have just fall up in my bed and sleep. Suck my finger and sleep. Mrs. R says, never give in. I'm sure I know what happened. Lincoln, no, you don't. Trust me. And when you hear it, I plan to tell you all today or this week, but good morning, gentlemen. I hold strong, Wendell. Not today. That's from Mo Gaines. Faith is bigger, Mrs. R. Stellar Services. Robert Harper says good morning. Anthony Miguel from Queens, New York also says good morning. Joanne Cyrus. Lincoln, story Friday. No Lincoln. All right. Joyce Phillips, top of the morning. Sankofa says, imagine Richard have to do the preaching. Now, Wendell, don't give up. Wage war against the enemy by saying let go and let God. I will still say let go and let God. Trust me. Lincoln, ask Richard yourself. David McCarthy says terrific Tuesday to all. Rena Jennings says Michael Teja won the highest award for Soca Song of the Year 2024. Wendy and beautiful Richard, I went to that concert. Okay. Wendy and James said she went to that concert, Richard. That's real music. Carl M. Jack said the word in the chat. Finbar Collins said the word in the chat. Because I think he's used it plenty too. Sheila Paul says, good morning, guys. Happy Republic Day to you all. CPL has always been like that with 5 foreign players. Fifth must be a reserve. Yes, true, and yeah. Patricia Reed, that's a new name, says, morning all. Alistair Hart from San Fernando. Yes, Carl and Jack, because Queen's Park Oval is a privately run institution, and well, you have to pay the Queen's Park Oval to use the facility. Members are also allowed in free. You can't charge members to enter the Queen's Park Oval for anything that they have in, which is why they've used the Brian Lara Stadium now continuously since they started. It costs the state nothing to accept well, the all the gate receipts goes to the state, I guess. Jillian Small says, good morning. That's Big Guy's Far Rockaway's sister. Greetings to the dynamic trio on radio from Anthony Atwell. Richard M. Jeremiah says, good morning. Melchizedek, James Kamau, Cheryl Henry says, good morning. Kenny in Harlem, Claire Lendo Rollins, Donna Ramlo Chan. Yesenia Gonzalez made some predictions, it's in today's papers. You all should check it out. Michael Robinson from Yokohama, Japan.
Morning, Michael.
Wendian is even bigger than that, yes. Robert Taylor says having an 11-year-old son, 11-year-old non-verbal high functioning son, RFK and DT statement regarding autism yesterday is so depressing and dangerous. There are so many parents who are struggling on a day-to-day basis.
I was so curious as to what President Trump had to say about autism, and because
he is mentally ill, you know.
Because he had mentioned it, and I was like, what did he have to say? And then with RFK Jr. standing by his side and saying that, I say, you know what? Let doctors and scientists deal with that. Because I don't know what what they were saying, whether it had any basis in scientific fact or anything. Of course, there were many people who started to comment on it, and doctors and scientists who were saying, including the manufacturer, I think, of Tylenol. So I don't know.
All right. Patricia Reed says, I listen, I just don't comment. Okay, thanks.
I mean, you're not seeing the text on the screen, but I'm seeing it on the screen.
No, it's not. No, he mean the actual, everybody comments coming up on the side.
Oh.
Like what you do from time to time.
Oh, okay. Because we don't feel like Lincoln.
Yeah, that's true, Lincoln. Sometimes we just don't feel like. You okay with that?
Yeah. Not today.
All right, so those are all the greetings on the chat.
Okay, so let me say good morning to the people on the WhatsApp coming in. First of all, came in this morning, Colin out there in Caranach. Good morning to you. Zena. Good morning, Zena. And I made sure I checked your message today. Archbishop Ashton Clark, good morning. Fifi in Ethiopia, good day to you. Nikki, good day. Terry Ann Peters, Kent, good morning to you. Ron DeSantis, Virginia, good morning. Mr. Billy, good day to you. Frank in Aruka, good morning. Brenda, good morning. Sherry Ann, good to have you this morning. Thank you very much. Judith in Tobago, and Slick Money Grip, good day to you. And last but not least, good morning to Foxy. All right. That's it. Yeah. So we're going to pay some bills and come back.
Yeah, man.
Pay $1 down on higher purchase plans at Furniture Plus. Enjoy fast approval, low interest rates, and up to 36 months financing. Retirees, self-employed, and permanent employees apply today. Buy now, pay later with Furniture Plus credit plans. Conditions apply.
Charmflair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop. Located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Charmflair, right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Devantry tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services: oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Charmflair Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Charmflair. We do it all.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
It's the funniest comedy, rated 10 out of 10. You don't leave out to watch Corn. Now hits the Central Bank Auditorium on Saturday the 27th of September at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 28th at 6:30 p.m. before heading to Sapa San Fernando on October 4th and 5th. It's the best show of 2025. You don't leave out to watch Corn. September 27th and 28th at Central Bank Auditorium and October 4th and 5th at Sapa. Call 481-2185 for further information. You don't leave out to watch Corn. Who does that?
All right, so we are back. And this is the point at which we get into the news of the day. So Wendell is quite ready to do the Express.
Yes, I am. Today, of course, is Tuesday, September 23rd. Just in case you didn't know or you were living under a rock. Girl 12 died from blunt force trauma. Fans mob TKR players hoping for something. That's athletics. TNT netballers humbled by South Africa to remain winless at World Youth Cup. And some other trending stories. Mariah fought her killer to her death. That's same story with the 12-year-old girl. 2 women among 4 charged in home invasion. Owner sleeps through $85,000 burglary. Where is that? Kerry Rampersad appointed Heritage Acting CEO and murdered engineer laid to rest. Those are some of the trending stories in today's Express. All right.
So in the Newsday today, I'll go straight to the Newsday. The scrap iron dealers want government help. Foreigners taking over, they say. Arson victim goes to court over police delays. Mariah's father awaits autopsy. San Fernando East Secondary traumatized. Alexander, Indian Venezuela Corporation, great. High Court, DPP's failure to respond to FYA unacceptable. And Justice Frank C. Prasad really weighed into Roger Gaspard, senior counsel, who's the DPP yesterday, for the DPP's office not responding to the FYA request, which you are duty bound to. It's very strange to me that they wouldn't have met that 30-day deadline. I don't know what would have happened. And anyway, the case was dismissed in favor of the accused, I think.
Well, just before you go on, Richard, the DPP's office also failed in the case against Vicky Budram. I think they did not submit a defense. They were supposed to, I think on 3 occasions they missed, and the case, the 103 fraud charges against Vicky Budram was dismissed as a matter, as a matter of the DPP's office missing deadlines. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. Soldier among 2 killed by cops in San Grande. That was the subject of some speculation because it's another police killing. Police killings have ramped up in this time. And of course, one of the fathers of one of the boys, one of the guys was a soldier, and one of the fathers was very adamant that they did not have any weapons on him. Does not believe the police. So it's how it all plays out. Camouflage and Jordan's army officers see everyone feeling the pinch. I don't know what that means. Soldier among 2 killed by cops in Grande. U.S. Embassy donates vehicles to Airports Authority, and Venezuela launches cleansing exercise near Trinidad and Tobago's northwest coast. And IMBA threatens legal action over defamatory CL financial publication. So all of that is in the news. Over to you on The Guardian, Sir Charles.
Okay, so in The Guardian, big rewards for champs. Government to announce national honors for world medalists today. And there's a call for unity, dialogue, and civic inclusion on Republic Day. We having Republic Day's awards and things, guys?
We haven't heard anything, but they said it's not been cancelled. So, but we haven't heard. Isn't the Prime Minister leaving the country today or tomorrow?
That's the next question. Anyhow, after claims of clandestine meeting with gangsters, Alexander threatens to sue lawyer. SOE tribunal meets on prison officers' challenge. Autopsy, Mariah beaten to death. Severe head injuries. I don't know how nobody didn't hear that. COP, as in Commissioner Pudi, confirms probe into leak leave records. And judge disappointed as DPP fails to respond to FOI requests. Some of the stories in The Guardian today, people.
Well, the police commissioner was very adamant on radio yesterday. I don't know if it's because we had the deputy commissioner on our station that he walked into a radio station yesterday to do a...
Walked in?
He walked in. I was listening. He walked in. He walked in to just express condolences with them on the passing of Sterling Henderson, and then he gave an interview, well, impromptu as it was. But a lot of what he said on that yesterday, he said with us already, right? Because remember we had him quite when he was just up on said a lot of those things. But he also talked about that incident you brought up on you read on the headlines here just now, that it was pure sabotage and coming from the administration of the TTPS in terms of leaking that information. He said it's sabotage. There's not a word fit.
Yeah, because clearly some people who were either moved around, sent on leave, whatever is the case. Some people didn't take too kind. And some people don't want to go, So don't want to go.
But are you talking about the leave that was leaked?
Yes. He said it's sabotage.
But we brought it up with Junior Benjamin yesterday.
We did.
We kind of up, skip, and jumped over it. But because it's a clear thing that it clearly looks like you're targeting my star. If there are people with more leave, why would you hop, skip, and jump to the one with less leave than somebody with more? It doesn't make.
But the police commissioner explained that yesterday on a radio station. Yeah. He explained that yesterday. That people are jumping to conclusions. He said that that leave with Mr. Meister. These are my words. I try to regurgitate what he said, explain what he said. That it was approved a while ago, but it had other people on leave, and he was waiting on them to come back before Mr. Meister goes. So he said it had nothing to do with him being forced to go on leave. The
initial information coming out of the TPS was that he was sent on leave.
Right. That's how it came. That he didn't ask for leave.
Yeah, that's how it was said.
Right.
It was said he was sent on leave.
Yes. But the commissioner, as I say, explained that yesterday. It sounded like it made sense.
Saying that he wasn't sent. It was applied. So he's saying if he wasn't sent, he applied.
If he was due for leave. He said there are a lot of senior people who have a lot of leave inside.
No, you're shifting the story now, so be clear. He
said all that yesterday.
You said that he applied for leave then.
That's how I understood it. But he
So
couldn't
if we
go.
speak to my star, he will say, yes, I applied for leave.
Well, let's speak to my star because he posted yesterday he was on some beach somewhere sipping and eating bacon shack and thing.
Okay, so he applied for leave. So that's just the thing, because the initial thing was like he was sent on leave. And that's why the mere idea became a query means it was mishandled. The mere idea that the media and citizens were like, what's going on? And it became an issue means it wasn't handled properly. If it is a normal rote, thing in terms of how leave is apportioned to people.
Yeah.
It means the mere idea it raised issues that you have to answer means you didn't handle the communication of it well.
Well, here where the communication of it, I think, got skewed. Because just before Meister went or sent on leave, let's use went or sent, right? The Minister of Homeland Security made a public statement that if you all don't like the commissioner, and these are my words, or not agreeing with him or style, that you all should leave.
Right. So it fed into
that.
It painted a picture.
Yes, that's what happened.
Yeah.
So,
and because institutions are not necessarily the most transparent things, especially in a Trinidad and Tobago context, people read between the lines.
Yes.
And that's what media houses did. They started to read between the lines. You were saying that, and then all of a sudden this happened. They're going to read it as a connection.
And there was talk, if you all remember, that Meister wanted the post of Commissioner of Police. He had applied.
He applied,
and
just like Junior Benjamin applied too.
Yes.
Which is why that was my first question to Junior Benjamin. Aren't you disappointed?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And he gave a religious answer.
Well, Junior Benjamin is.
But I don't know if you really expected the man to say, well, boy, I really disappointed in them. They could have given me a walk.
Yeah, people can say, yes, I was disappointed. I think I worked hard, but, the decision does not lie with me. It lies with the police, and I have to respect the institution that chooses it. Of course, you can say you're disappointed.
Yes. The police commissioner even responded to the issue of him being political. He said, when he went into the special branch, how much ever years ago, since then he has never voted. He said he took a conscious decision not to vote, not to come across as supporting any political party. He said all of that yesterday. I think he would have told us that too, in the interview with him.
Well, the same leaked leave that he's talking about. I don't know if you read the information from that blogger and news source.
No, I didn't read it.
Who's an old colleague.
Yes. But she getting real leaks,
Yeah, who works
He's
with
getting real
us.
scoops.
and she but she went on to make some further commentary on that whole issue. And so I mean I am not going to repeat them, but if you want to see what she said, you could check her blog site.
Yeah, she getting real scoops.
Yeah, so obviously the leaked vacation leave is correct.
Yes, so that's what I said. The commissioner said it's sabotage.
Else, why would you be doing an internal investigation to find out who and why? And then this begs the other question, Wendell. Why is it sabotage, and why are you so upset about it? If it's run of the mill.
Yeah.
Why be upset?
Yeah. You
should just say, well, yes, that's accurate. This is me, if I was the commissioner of police. I will never let you know I'm upset about it. Yeah. I would have said, yes, it is an accurate depiction of the leave, and you explain the circumstance. Officer Meister had applied for his leave before these other people, even though they have more leave, have not applied. Which is the logical explanation, according to what you said he said. So he has applied, but it is an accurate depiction of the leave. Obviously it was leaked, but no media does its job, and that's it. But if I had to find out behind the scene, I'll say, hey, who leaked that? Try and find out.
Maybe there are other things that are coming out or will come out.
But there are issues.
I'm just saying, you always have to look at people and their responses. That's what media has to do. You always have to look at people and their responses. So as Wendell said, there was a statement made and then a sequence of events happen.
Exactly.
Media's going to link it.
That's where
And
the
then
trigger
now,
was.
yeah, and now it's leaked by a particular blogger, and now you're saying, oh, you've said it's now like sabotage, and it's a known whistleblower and stuff like that. So it starts to ramp up. It doesn't appease media. Media is now, their hackers are even more up now because they're like, why are you so upset? What is making you so upset? Why is it such a nefarious situation? So their communications department needs to handle stuff like that a little bit better. And sometimes you need to tell the commissioner, cool down. Don't say anything.
Yeah.
But even in the situation of the Mr. Alexander, when he was sent on leave, I can't recall that he had taken it too easy either, was too pleased when he was sent on 3 years or something like that.
No senior officer will be pleased if they're sent on leave. You know,
if you're forced to take your accumulated leave, because usually people are accumulating their leave to take it at a particular point.
Yeah.
And in those institutions, certainly prisons and police, they accumulate leave in a kind of way that sometimes they have 2 years leave and 3 years leave and all kind of crazy amount of leave. Particularly police and prisons officers. I don't think fire is so bad, but particularly prisons and police.
But the prison officer, the head of prisons was sent on leave. You remember when the SOE had just been extended and the bacchanal about prisoners being moved?
Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes in terms of how they're dealing with people. So to me, just be transparent and say what it is. But otherwise it leads to speculation.
Yeah, what you had to do, Richard? You had to come and say, see, I don't trust he. See, she, I don't trust she. Them need to get away from me for a while. That way you had to do. That's how you had to do it.
Anyhow, people, let's open the lines. Let's take some calls while Wendell organizes the poll.
I sent it already.
You did?
Already
Okay, good. So we take some calls?
Yeah.
Okay. So 281-1315 people. 281-1315.
A very vibrant discussion is going on in the chat with NCRHA. I'm not following it. I have to go. Maybe on the 7 o'clock news, I'll go back and read, because I saw somebody suggesting that we get in touch with the CEO of NWRHA before.
So wait, Davin Thomas is no longer the CEO?
Well, I don't know. NCRHA.
New CEO?
I don't know.
Anyhow, guys, hold all their thoughts now. All right. Good morning to you, Kuala.
The show is about our
Good
thoughts.
morning, gentlemen.
Hi,
good morning.
Gentlemen, yesterday I got so angry. I had to walk off the program yesterday. I said, look, you see this interview, this ain't making no sense. And think. Mr. Benjamin, dance all year wrong, and only just allow this man to just get away with saying a pack of nonsense on the interview.
You can't say the man say a pack of nonsense.
This one actually said...
You might agree with what he said.
You have no respect for our guests?
Pardon me?
You have no respect for our guests?
But if the man say nonsense, he say nonsense. That is not having a lot of what he said was nonsense.
Yeah.
What he said was nonsense.
DCP of Trinidad and Tobago said, when asked about body cameras in school, alluded to the fact that eyewitness at Congo will be better than the body cameras. And I'll leave that. I'll let that go just so. I'll let that slide.
Lincoln, you heard my response to body cameras.
Will be better. And started talking about searching children in class and this and dance and do the jig and do the ballet and all kind of dance this man do. And all circulating and all too around God and Christianity and that thing. Christianity had no place in the police service. Your religion had no place in the police service.
Why?
As far as I'm concerned, you're a hypocrite if you serving God and serving the police and serving the government. You serving three masters. And anybody who's serving God can't serve three masters.
Oh my word.
Thanks for clearing up what he said, because he didn't really. What he danced around. We challenged him on all those issues. We challenged him on body cams. We challenged him on arms police officers,
Mm-hmm.
and you're saying it, they pass armed police officers, and you're going to be saying that's not the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not so sure what beef you have with him, such Lincoln, but take that beef to him personally.
Lincoln have a police beef.
Next.
I thought I had a police beef, but Lincoln have it bad.
Yeah, Lincoln, boy. Oh, good morning to you, caller.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning. Go ahead, caller.
Permit me to explain to you with my experience how leaving the police service works.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the two divisions, first and second, there are stipulated accumulating times. In terms of the second division, an officer not to exceed more than 30 months, right? Not yet. More than 30 months, okay? More than 30 days, not to accumulate more than 30 days. In the case of the second division, not to accumulate more than 60 days, right? That is why in the black and white.
Mm-hmm.
The Police Service Act also says that no more than 10% of the service at any one time is to be sent on vacation leave. And that goes across all divisions. So it's 10% overall in the service and then in the division section which you're attached to, right? In my case, I had 28 years service, as you all know. My first vacation leave was when I had 5 years service. I went on 6 months vacation leave. My second stint was when I had 9 years vacation, 9 years service. I went on 9 months leave. My third stint is when I had 21 years service. I went on 11 months. And my final into retirement, I had 18 months leave and I went on that straight into retirement. And the point I'm making is that people will apply for leave or for various reasons, you are rejected. What has happened in the police service is that they have to keep a record of people applying for leave and how much they accumulate. And then, even if they don't reapply, you recall, well, hey, you know, Mr. Stephens applied for leave and he wasn't able to go. How much he has now? Okay, he has that. He's able to be sent on leave, send him on leave. And if they would do that, it will clear up the problem. Mm-hmm. The other issue that the commissioner is not saying, yes, there are men with more leave than Mr. Meister now because of what was revealed. But here it is. A proper succession plan would say that even if somebody has to go, there is somebody there to replace them. But here what I'm saying is, when you have cushy things like allowances, traveling and so on, that you will lose if you take vacation leave and stay in the country, that is why people are afraid to go and leave. It's an economic decision when you are at a certain rank, because you will lose certain allowances if the leave is taken in Trinidad and Tobago and not outside the country. Yeah. And that is the main reason why people refuse to apply for their leave or are sent on their leave. And there's also in the succession planning arc of it, gentlemen, if people are not ready for higher office and they're in higher office and they can't do the job, send them, or don't let them get elevated if they're not ready. And that is the problem. That is the main two problems, gentlemen, that no commissioner or this commissioner or any other senior officer would admit to you all. Take care and thanks along with the opportunity.
Thanks. You know, what he said reminds me of something I also heard from someone recently about people who just not ready for higher office. You know, there are people who they may have the years to be promoted, but the experience is limited and they're just not ready to assume higher office. That happens, you know, throughout the public service. So, thanks for clearing that up, former officer.
Yeah, thank you very much. Caller, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning, Sir Charles.
Morning, caller.
Good morning, Richard and Wendell.
Good morning.
Wendell, I was wondering if you are following the situation with the Minister of Homeland Security. A tribunal met to determine allegations made against the Minister of Homeland Security. The tribunal said the lawyers for the prison officer said that the tribunal was very fair and impartial, and that they produced a report at the end of the day. And the report would be sent to the Minister of Homeland Security for him to make a decision. Now tell me, does that make any sense?
No.
I don't know if you all were following it.
We dealt with it yesterday, you know.
No. Yeah, in other words, he has the right.
Homeland Security.
In other words, caller, he has the right to veto it. He has the right to veto the report.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you can't be a judge in your own call.
No, it doesn't. It's not a good check and balance. No, it's not. I found it a little curious too.
I don't know why they do these things. Because there was a similar situation with Anand Ramlogan and the Solicitor General at the time, Donaldson Honeywell. And the Prime Minister gave the report to the same man who was accused of doing certain things to deal with.
Yes.
Things can't be right.
Yeah, it's not an appropriate check and balance to power.
All right, now.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I found it strange too, and I was like, what, wait. Yeah, after the tribunal made the report and it goes to him, and he has the power to veto it, then what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Because it should go to an impartial person to make a decision, whether it be Prime Minister or the President, even though the President can't really deal with people who are appointed by the Prime Minister. They don't have that power, but it just was a little weird, and I'm like, where's the check and balance for that? And of course, people just say, well, it's a state of emergency, so checks and balances are zero. That makes no sense either. You know, but here we are. So we'll see what the report says. Hopefully when their news source gets a leak.
Well, I just got an next leak here too. So who the new CEO of NCRH is?
So was Davlin removed? That's what I'm asking.
Yesterday, yes.
So Davlin was removed.
Davlin said he's on news media. He's on vacation until the end of the year. So there is a new CEO of NCRH.
So is it an acting CEO or is it a newly appointed CEO?
Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know if it's acting CEO or the person is saying the message is this is the new CEO of NCRH as from Monday, yesterday.
You're probably booting Davlin out.
But yeah,
he gets a big payday for that. But if that's the case, but who is the new CEO?
I just sent it in the chat.
Why don't say it out? It's news.
I don't know that it's public news.
Yeah. Very responsible of you there, Wendell.
No, I don't know that it's public as yet.
Yeah.
But anyway, our poll is up. Our poll is up. The Prime Minister is expected to go to the UN General Assembly, and there has to be an acting Prime Minister. I think it's from today, if my memory serves me right. So we have A, B, C, or D. I have our choices today, right? A, B, C, or D. You could either put the letter or you could put the name. A is Dr. Munilal, B is Jerlene John, C is Dave Tanku, and D is Barry Parat. Okay, you have 4 choices: A, B, C, or D. Whom would you support as the acting Prime Minister? All right, not who you're supporting as acting Prime Minister. All right, we didn't have to do this poll under the PNM until the last 6 or 7 months because it was always in for 9 years.
And then after that, it was straightforward either.
Until Scott Young got touched on his head and say, "You are the man."
You're the man. You're the man. All right, so people vote on the poll. All right, A, B, C, or D, or you can put the name and vote once, right?
Helen Prescott has just said she's just cancelled out Barry Parat because he's attending the conference. He's attending the trip also. That's what Helen Prescott is saying. But I didn't see that confirmed anyway. But Helen Prescott is normally someone.
But it's just a feeling anyhow. So
yeah,
it's just.
All right. So let's go for the news break now, and then we come back.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio and Guile Caribbean. I'm Derek. The High Court has strongly criticized the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for failing to respond to a Freedom of Information request from a former murder accused. Justice Frank Seepersad ruled in favor of Makesi Felix, who spent over 7 years behind bars before being acquitted last September of murdering his neighbor in Marabella. Felix says prosecutorial delays meant he waited nearly 4 years before his case even reached the High Court. After his acquittal, Felix wrote to the DPP's office in November last year, seeking disclosure of case files and policies surrounding indictments. But the court heard the DPP never replied, never appeared in court, and failed to meet its statutory obligation under Section 15 of the Freedom of Information Act. Justice Seepersad called the DPP's silence unacceptable, warning it undermines public trust in an office central to the justice system. He ordered the DPP to make a decision on Felix's request and pay his legal costs. An autopsy has confirmed that 12-year-old Mariah Senath died from blunt force trauma to the head, consistent with a beating. The battered body of the San Fernando East Secondary student was found on Sunday along a bushy track in Friendship Village, St. Madeleine. Her father, Marlon Senath, broke down as he revisited the scene Monday, pointing to her slippers on the path where he believes she was ambushed. He said his daughter's body bore marks of strangulation, with injuries to her neck, abdomen, and face. Senath described Mariah as respectful, loving, and devoted to her family, saying, "They should have come at me, not my daughter. I have to get justice somehow." Mariah had been walking home from her grandmother's house when she disappeared. Hours later, a passerby made the grim discovery near the recreation ground. Tributes have since poured in from her school community and the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, which remembered her as a bright spark and called her killing a painful reminder of the urgent need to confront violence, especially against women and children. Former Finance Minister Colm Imbert has threatened legal action against Trinidad Express newspapers and CCN TV6, accusing them of defamation and misuse of confidential information. In a pre-action letter sent to One Caribbean Media, Imbert's attorneys claimed the outlets published and amplified false allegations linking him to fraud, money laundering, and misconduct in public office. The dispute stems from a September 17 article quoting CL Financial shareholder Carlton Rise, who called for a police probe into Imbert and former Minister Brian Manning over the liquidation of CL Financial and Clico. Imbert's legal team argues that the coverage, along with online comments left under the articles, encourage the public to view him as corrupt, despite no charges or evidence. They've demanded the immediate removal of the articles, deletion of defamatory comments, a public apology, and financial compensation. Failure to comply by September 29th could result in high court action. The Trinidad and Tobago Automotive Dealers Association is calling for greater transparency in the local automotive sector, especially when it comes to foreign exchange allocations. TTADA President Visham Babwa and Vice President Rondell Fields say the public has a right to know how major decisions affect consumers. Their comments follow the Exim Bank's recent release of companies granted foreign exchange. Babwa questioned whether forex given to export-oriented businesses is being reinvested in the local economy, warning that without checks and balances, allocations could be diverted for other purposes. Fields dismissed claims that publishing such data could compromise security, arguing that companies already declare profits publicly. He stressed that transparency is the only way to properly understand national consumption patterns and prevent wastage. The TTADA leadership is preparing a formal proposal to government, urging tighter reporting requirements for corporations in the sector. The Fire Service Association is warning that citizens' lives are at serious risk because the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service is in a state of near collapse. Association President Kioi Gai told Guardian Media that many stations are still without fire appliances and basic firefighting equipment. He said officers in high-priority areas like San Fernando, Cuba, and San Juan often relied on appliances pulled from other stations. But those shortages have now become so severe, there are no extra resources left to move. Guy stressed that urgent investment is needed to upgrade equipment, facilities, and continuous training for officers. He blamed more than a decade of underfunding for the collapse, warning the consequences are already being seen in deaths, displacement, and economic loss. He cautioned that even with immediate funding, it will take time to rebuild capacity and prepare officers for the risks they now face. Finally, in international news, French President Emmanuel Macron has announced that France is joining the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia in formally recognizing a Palestinian state. Speaking at the United Nations today, Macron declared, "We can no longer wait." Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas also addressed the UN, saying he envisions a future for Gaza without Hamas. And Secretary General Antonio Guterres stressed that Palestinian statehood is a right, not a reward. Israel, however, maintains there will be no two-state solution. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu skipped today's debate, with Israel's UN ambassador saying any decision on annexing more of the West Bank will be taken when Netanyahu returns from an upcoming White House trip. Meanwhile, the United States declined to speak at today's session, but President Donald Trump is expected at the UN tomorrow, when the General Assembly marks the organization's 80th anniversary. And that's news at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
You are listening to Road to Republic on New Era TT Radio. Few names are tied more closely to the Republic than Sir Ellis Clarke. A skilled lawyer and statesman, he was deeply involved in drafting the 1962 Independence Constitution, and later the 1976 Republican Constitution. As the last Governor General of Trinidad and Tobago, he became our very first president on September 24, 1976. His calm dignity and legal brilliance made him a unifying figure at a critical time in our nation's history. Sir Ellis Clarke will forever be remembered as a founding father of the Republic. That was Road to Republic on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Join me, Brother David Muhammad, every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio, Powerful Radio. Join me to hear knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Mornings just got better. You're locked into Net Radio Breakfast Show, fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
When we outside, it's an ocean of love. All that we align to the stars up above. Let we dance now. Take a chance now with me. And we go jump till morning. No one sleeping. Tell them we not leaving. Till the last drop of a canal is madness in the capital. So I feel like I run in tongue again. Jump and shake the ground again. Wave with all my friends and them. Somebody magical. It's a blessing sent from above. And we go jump till morning. Look, the boat don't sleeping. Tell them we not leaving. Till the last drop of bacchanal is madness in the capital. So I feel like I run in tongue again. Jump and shake the ground again. Wave with all my friends and them. No place like home.
Morning vibes, fresh energy. This is the NETT Radio Breakfast Show.
No place like home. And we are happy to be here at home in Trinidad and Tobago, the eve of Republic Day, 49 years. I tell you, we have come a long, long way. Yeah. Probably look back and say, but wait now, where all that time gone? Yeah. And yeah, people, we're glad to be here with you on New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio, the heartbeat of the Caribbean. Remember, you can get us all day, every day. We stream. So when we come off of the TV stream on Gael Caribbean and also on our YouTube and Facebook streams, because they are the talk streams, you can join us at newerattradio.com. Right? So take note, newerattradio.com, and you'll be able to listen to us all day, every day. New Era TT Radio also, you can get us on TuneIn, so that gives you access to all your Alexa and Google devices so that you can listen to us very comfortable. And for those of you on the YouTube and Facebook feed, remember your next engagement with us will be at 4 o'clock this afternoon inside the Drive Time Exchange with Tony Fraser. And also, don't forget, when you go to the different sites, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or our website at newerattradio.com, hit that support button. We need your support, and we do appreciate your support, right? So thank you so much. So continue to vote on the poll A, B, C, or D, or you can put in the names, and we will be back shortly.
Don't miss Furniture Plus Inventory Blowout Sale. Get up to 65% off in-store and online. Enjoy massive savings on furniture, appliances, and more. Hurry, this deal won't last. Shop now and save big at Furniture Plus.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Charm Flair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop. Located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Charm Flair, right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Davanti tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services: oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Charm Flair Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Charm Flair. We do it all.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
It's the funniest comedy rated 10 out of 10. You don't leave out to watch Corn. Now hits the Central Bank Auditorium on Saturday the 27th of September at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 28th at 6:30 p.m. before heading to Sapa San Fernando on October 4th and 5th. It's the best show of 2025. You don't leave out to watch Corn. September 27th and 28th at Central Bank Auditorium and October 4th and 5th at Sapa. Call 481-2185 for further information. You don't leave out to watch Corn. Who does that?
All right, so we are back. Yes, I was wondering whether my my mic was on. So we are back. It's the breakfast show this morning, and of course, it's a holiday tomorrow because it's Republic Day. So put a smile on your face because it's a holiday. Of course, just reminding you, of course, that tickets are available for your Don't Leave Out to Watch Corn at all our usual outlets: K-Squared Fashions at West Mall, Eastgate, and Brentwood Mall in Chabonas. Of course, tickets are also available at Electronics Arena, Jabedi Rawi in Chinapuna, and Tony's Florals in Valbach Shopping Plaza, and of course, Sharpley Auto Services. You can also purchase tickets online. Check RSRI Productions Theatre on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And tickets are also available at the Central Bank box office, which opens from 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily, so you can get tickets there too. Get your tickets early. We're looking forward to being back in Port of Spain this weekend, and of course, sitting at Central Bank Auditorium, which we haven't been at for a while. I think early last year, maybe we were there at some point. Yep. So
has anyone been able to confirm when it is the Prime Minister is leaving to go to the UN? Has anybody confirmed? I think it's from the 23rd to the 29th. That's the dates I had previously seen printed somewhere. But if anyone can confirm to us, please report it in the chat. You could say it in the chat. It's not a problem, right? But our poll: who would you support as acting Prime Minister when the Prime Minister leaves? Dr. Monilal, A. Dr. Monilal, B. Jerlene John, C. Dave Tanku, D. Barry Padrad. But a texter responded that Barry Padrad may be actually on the trip. And I suspect that might be true. I don't know that the Prime Minister will travel anywhere without Barry Padrad. He may very well be part of a contingent anytime she travels. It's quite possible. Hello? Right. So we have, Richard, when you're ready, let me know.
I'm ready. I was ready all the time.
So B, first answer is B. That's Jerlene John. That's from Jason Samuel. David McCarthy says A, Dr. Rudal Munilal. Derek Bilwin, B, Jerlene John. Lester Cragwell, B, Jerlene John. Marlon Motley, B, Jerlene John. Crystal Stevenson, B, Jerlene John. That's where Helen Proskler had said that Barry is also attending. Carol Guevara, B, Jerlene John. Valerie Mendoza, B, Jerlene John. Anthony Atwell, B, Jerlene John. Robert Taylor says D, that's Barry Padrad. Finbar Collins says, this is the hardest poll ever. I'll sit out today, can't support any. Finbar Collins, you see your first line of that, your first line of your passage, paragraph there, be careful there. D, Margaret Thomas says D, Barry Padrad. Joyce Phillips says C, that's Dave Tanku. Robert Harper says E, none of the above. Oh God, Robert Adina category.
Oh, they're 210.
Ron DeSantis Jr. says B, Jerlene John. Kenwin Henry, B, Jerlene John. DL says B. Far Rockaway says C, that's Dave Tanku. Apollina says C, Dave Tanku. All right, so Barry said it on the news last night. Apparently, that's what Helen Prescott is saying. Alistair Hart says B, Jerlene John. Melchizedek says when it makes no sense, it's none. Michael Robinson says C, Dave Tanku. Beauty Culture didn't vote. Claire Lender Rollins, B, Jerlene John. Michael Cadet, C, Dave Tanku. Cheryl Henry, behave yourself. Diane Payne says B, Jerlene John. Brennan Smith Julie John. Diane Payne says Kenny. Who's Kenny? Estelita Sampson says none. Slick Money Grip B, Jolene John. Josie Richardson B, Jolene John. Liam, what's that? Lara Roberta. Laram. Okay. Somebody with Roberta. I don't know. It's Laram. Laram. Roberta says C. NCRHA CEO, yes, is reported to be Pundit Ganesh Maharaj. So we'll see where if that comes to pass. All right. Felix Kazo says C. Jason Samuel didn't vote. Eunice Dublin B. Andre says B. Derek Billion, okay, says it was hard choosing someone. Trini Faso says Penny. Maureen Dilchan Maharaj says B. Finbar Collins laugh. You're not reading what you write. James Kamal says E. Carl M. Jack says Jolene John. Kennedy Wendell. Kennedy. Diane Payne. I'm not sure what you mean by that still.
So what?
Raina Roberts also says B. And Derek Billion says, I said Jolene John before. All right. So that's it.
All right. So on the WhatsApp, we have Pauline saying C. We have Brenda saying B. Judith saying C. Blackpool didn't vote. Lincoln didn't vote. Terry Ann saying A. Joanne in Mount Hope Totin. All right. Captain Ron B. And Zena and all Totin. No vote. That's it for
Madam Totin. Zena.
Yes. Boy.
Michael Cooper has come in with a vote. He says B. Jolene John. So that's it there, Richard. You could count and come.
Yeah, that's it.
We don't have an official guest for today, so you all will have to be the guest, right? But there's so much to talk about, including Yesenia Gonzalez's predictions. I don't know if you all saw it.
So our poll this morning, who do you support as acting Prime Minister? Dr. Moodilal, Jolene John, Dave Tanku, or Barry Padarat? So we had a different kind of poll today. So 39 people voted in the allotted time for the poll today. I could have missed some votes because I was a little distracted. But anyway, 39 people voted in terms of my count. And of the 39 people that voted on the poll this morning, let me go through in terms of A, B, C, D. In terms of A, Dr. Moodilal, he got 2 votes. Jolene John got 25 votes. Dave Tanku got 9 votes. And Barry Padarat got 3 votes. So
Barry Padarat beat Dr. Moodilal.
Wow. Imagine that. Dr. Moodilal low down on the list.
More than Dr. Moodilal. As I say, I could have made an error because I was a little distracted. I was doing something else. But that's what I got, 39 votes. But the vast majority of people who chose to vote, voted for Jolene John as acting Prime Minister. And second,
he was PNM people.
And at second was Dave Tanku. As the Minister of Finance was second in terms of the acting Prime Minister post. So that's it for our poll this morning. Our poll is now finished. It is now done. The voting is now at an end.
PNM people, let me tell all you something. All you too damn mischievous voting Jolene John in numbers. All you know that's not going to happen. All you too mischievous.
Why it's not going to happen?
They're not going to put Jolene John to act as Prime Minister.
Why?
But it's just a poll, so and some people are, as I said, they thought it real bad.
I don't know that this UNC government is as magnanimous as Basdio Pandey was when he was in government. You remember he put a lot of people to act as Prime Minister. He's put Dr. Daphne Phillips. He put Lindsay Gillette. He put who else? He put Jack Warner. No, but Jack Warner was People's Partnership. He put different people to act as prime minister during his term as prime minister, if you remember. He is did this UNC is not as magnanimous as Pandey's UNC. I'm sorry to say. That's how I read it. And Barry Paterson, I suspect anytime the prime minister is leaving the country, he is also going to be going. That's what I feel. That's how I feel. Because I think he has taken on that role of ensuring that she is okay, caring, making sure everything is all right with her. I think he has taken on that role. I have no problem with it. But clearly he has taken on that responsibility, and all kudos to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I believe I believe Mr. Tanku will probably take up that role. I
don't see her bypassing Dr. Mulilale. That will be foolish. Politically, it will be foolish. The bypassing.
Yeah.
So I would vote for Dr. Mulilale if I had to vote.
Yeah, I would think Dr. Mulilale might be the choice, but you'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see. You know. So, of course, this is the point at which we can take some of your calls. Because we have no scheduled guest for today, it's a free-for-all. It's like a Friday because we have a holiday tomorrow.
But Wendell was talking about something just now. Wendell, you want to talk about the
Yesenia Gonzalez. Did I share it in the chat? Because I didn't save it, you know. But she predicted that there'll be more attempts on the life of the prime minister. I'm using my words, right? That she'll have a hard time in terms of security-wise. That this escalation, there'll be an escalation of tension between Venezuela and Trinidad and Tobago. That Trinidad and Tobago will in fact go through a recession, but will recover eventually because of the energy sector and so on. And I think he basically predicting there will be regime change too in Venezuela. You know? Those are some of the things that I remember reading.
Oh, thanks for that, Wendell.
You don't believe in soothsayers?
I didn't say that. I just said thanks for that. That's all I said. All I said was thanks for that.
But we haven't spoken to Yesenia for a while.
I didn't make any commentary. I just said thanks for that.
Yeah. So if she's listening now, Ms. Gonzalez, you feel free to call the show. We'll gladly give you a hearing and insofar as your predictions.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah. So if you call us at 281-1315, we'll welcome your call. And we'll probably try and say if we could get her at some point in time to be on the platform.
You know what I find amazing? That when children die in such tragic circumstances, like that young girl who they're saying was now beaten, bludgeoned to death. The young girl, tragic story. I don't know how parents can do interviews.
Yeah.
I have no clue how you can do an interview. I don't know how you can get the composure to do an interview. I don't understand it at all. You know, and I find it hard for media to go and seek you out to do an interview.
But the media will do it, yeah?
They do it all the time.
Yeah.
Because they like revel in the kind of the sadness of the story, and they want to see your emotional response. So they don't really care. They're going after the story. But when people say the family refused to speak to the media, I understand that totally.
Yeah. I have only had to do that once in my life. Thank God. When Martin Joseph died, I remember the media coming, and well, my sister wouldn't speak to the media even if he was alive. So she ain't doing that at all. So I was thrust into that responsibility of speaking on behalf of the family at the time. But it's not a nice thing, especially with a death that is sad, not expected, an unexpected, sad, tragic death. It's not easy to do it at all. And I don't know if I could do it if a child meets that kind of demise. I don't know that I could do it. I'd probably say, sorry, I can't speak. You know, that's probably what they'll have to say, I say. You know?
Yeah, but anyway, let's take some calls. So we don't have
Yes,
to hear
so lines open and we have some people online already. So let's go. Mr. Patrick, good morning. Welcome.
Morning, Mr. Wendell.
Morning, Mr. Patrick.
Yeah, morning, Mr. Patrick.
You know, I was watching the funeral of Mr. Kirk. The fellow in America who got assassinated.
Charlie Kirk.
And the wife say, and the wife was saying, how she forgive the killer. Donald Trump on the other hand say, not me, nah. Me won't forgive anybody. You like coming for all of
Yeah, you wish them the worst.
That's so real, but you say, what forgiveness are you talking about here? Me, I have time with that. I coming for you. But what I call to ask, where Mr. Roger is, you can remember that a committee they don't form was a report back to the Prime Minister about opening the oil refinery. What become of that committee?
About opening what?
Committee they don't form opening back of the oil refinery.
I thought they were still in talks with the Nigerian company.
No, they say they're forming a committee.
That have a whole set of background behind it because what I understand now, it will cost them billions of dollars to look back the refinery.
But if I remember right, Mr. Patrick, I think what they were saying is that they were looking at a couple prospects because they had some people who were interested in doing the financing. I think that is what they had to do because I think the government was saying, "Oh, if only find the financiers, they would support it." But they had to find the financiers.
But Roger have financiers.
Experts say they don't make no sense. Opening a refinery, they say build back a refinery, but they want to build one and a modern refinery. So I ain't no report, and I ain't Mr. Roger either.
And he said he had financing last time.
I said the man went on a bogus thing, but
I don't know that though.
Yeah, we don't know that, Mr. Patrick. So,
but
Mr. Patrick, we don't know that.
They went for the bid and they didn't have the money for the bid. You forget that?
Yes, I remember all that. But I can't say that it was bogus.
Yeah, we can't say it was bogus, right, Mr. Patrick?
All right. All right.
No problem. Thank you very much.
He didn't come up with the money.
Yeah, but I remember something going on where that was concerned, where they were talking to some external people to get the financing. How is that going? I really don't know. Good morning, caller. Caller, are you there? All right, I can't understand that. But let's try someone else.
Good morning.
Sir
Charles.
Hi, Zena.
Good morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard, and
good morning, Zena.
And good morning to all those who logged on. And before I forget, I want to say Happy Republic Day to everybody. Listen to me. That poll this morning, all they should have put in Philip Alexander name in it. I would have voted for you. Richard, I'm so surprised you would call that name and you and about Munilal. That name not calling up, he doesn't have a case in court going on right now.
Yeah, that's the one thing against them.
Well, yeah, but then again, I mean, come on. What?
But how that's stopping him from becoming acting prime minister?
Yeah,
it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It does. It doesn't.
Yeah, you see, well, you have to recognize what our laws in Trinidad and Tobago, what it allows, and if it allows people to be in the parliament and still
and he's
have,
also and he's also a senior member of the UNC.
None on that list. As a matter of fact, the whole party, I can see nobody there.
Toted.
Yeah, let me toot. Good morning.
You have 5 years to toot, Zena.
I hope you reach home good. All right.
Okay.
Go on. I bought a sweet bread from Miss
Dabadi.
Miss Dabadi. Oh Lord, she's eating nice. Miss Dabadi, girl, your hand good. No wonder Richard and Wendell and they just love it so on the phone. Oh, jeez, you father. All right, well, good morning and everybody. I'll have a good day later.
All right, take care.
Yeah, thanks very much, you know.
So we're taking your calls 281-1315. There was some other story I saw in the news that I wanted to raise.
Not worried. By the time you get it organized, we'll take this call and come back, right? Caller, good morning.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Sir Charles.
Hey, morning, Dabadi.
Morning, Wendell. Good morning.
You see Zena picking up your sweet brother.
Well, look at that, and I get you right as Zena girl. Thank you very much. And I always do my best to please everybody. So thanks. So that will mean I'll be getting more customers. Our fans on New Era TT, right?
Of course. Or to give Dabadi a call. Order.
Order. Anyway, last night I sit down early to watch the news, and then I said, I want to know what the Homeland Minister said because he promised Monday. Nothing except to say that I saw the attorneys for the prison officers speaking, and they said they are taking it to the tribunal report will go to the same man that the prison officer is accusing of. And I said, I can't wait this morning to ask Richard about this, because if the tribunal report has to go to the man who is allegedly being accused, what is this I am hearing? So it's himself unto himself, because he's the one to say, hey, you're staying in there or you're not staying in there. And of course, we don't know the answer to that. So, Richard, I find that is so contradictory. So I just don't understand it. Anyway, the other part is the interview with Mr. Benjamin yesterday. All a listener, but it take a lot of me to stay to listen. Whoa! Some of these interviews, boy, and it's hard for me to swallow sometimes. Hard for me to swallow. And even though I looked at it and maybe I've got some information, sometimes when I listen to these commissioners or acting commissioners of police, I just don't feel that they are telling us what we just telling us. Let me just say it this way, just telling us what we want to hear.
Right.
Because I get the impression that it's just not being what it is. I just feel that way. I don't feel confident about anything at all. And I heard the commissioner said in an interview that some of these people, he has 44 more detention orders to issue. 44. And even though the initial anyway, I'm not using my own words, I'm using his words again. The initial threat of the SOE has been kind of stabilized. My word. I still feel like getting from him that this SOE will be extended, because he said there are 44 more people still to get detention orders, and we in September, one more week before the month ends. That's how it's October, and he has 44 people. So that will be an excuse for the extension, so that they could rein in those 44 persons. I just feel they want a permanent state of emergency. I just feel so. So I just don't have no confidence in none of them again. Okay, so you all have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thanks very much. She says that she's predicting a permanent state of emergency.
It'll be a numbers game at the end of the day, especially insofar as homicides are concerned. It'll be a numbers game.
But they said the homicides are down, Wendell.
Exactly. So it'll be a numbers game.
By 42%.
Yeah, it'll be a numbers game at that by the end of the year.
What does that mean? It'll be a numbers game.
In other words, it'll be a boast that, listen, we have managed to reduce the level of killings in the country. That'll be the boast at the end of the year. That in their first year of governance, albeit 3/4 of the year, that we've reduced it. That crime, the murder statistics go down once the UNC is in power. That's what is going to be said. I know the PR game, and I've been wrong too long.
But if it's accurate, it's accurate.
No, but I'm not saying
by any means necessary.
Accuracy or inaccuracy here. I'm talking about the PR game. it's going to be about that.
Yeah.
Never mind that
But any political party would use those numbers as a PR ploy.
Sorry?
If the PNM had gotten down the murder rates dramatically, they would use it.
By any means necessary.
Yeah, so the PNM, and that's why I said, Richard, I would have said on a program already, the PNM understood that to get it done was to go the way of a state of emergency eventually. After years of resisting it, at the very beginning of at the end of the year, December 31st, I can't forget that date, they call a state of emergency. Because they understood that to get the count down, that's the way they had to go. And an election intervened, and it so happens the UNC, guess what? State of emergency right away. Because they both understood that to get the figures down, that was the way to go.
Okay, so it's like the PNM wait too long.
Of course they waited too long.
All right, hold 1 minute there.
But they thought, remember,
so the
PNM
only
never
tool to get
invented.
murders down in Trinidad and Tobago is a state of emergency.
But that's what they both did.
All right, so I want you guys to hold it right there. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. First, I want to address Richard Wendell. Wendell, I find you have a little gladiator bone in you. Anytime somebody says something that you don't like, cut them off, cut off that caller. You need to address that gladiator bone in you.
You didn't hear him laughing?
The first person I do radio with was Gladiator. You know, I learned a lot from him.
He was a boss. He was a boss.
Right now, I could say, I don't want to hear you. Take it off. I could say that too, you know.
Yes.
Richard, so Charles, here, you started saying something, and it is so aggravating. By any means necessary. So, by your statement, I'm assuming that you're saying you don't mind this country being in a constant state of emergency because murder is going on. And Richard, you asked the right question there. Is a state of emergency the only thing that could be done? What is the police service doing? No. That they needed a state of emergency to do. Say for that type of 1 or 2 isolated events that you might have to raid the house, running somebody's house. What can the police service do on a normal day that they're not doing now? I am not seeing anything drastically different in this state of emergency that the TTPS need a state of emergency to do.
Yeah.
You're right.
Unless somebody could explain that to me, we need to find another alternative than a state of emergency. A state of emergency destabilizes your country. Investors are less inclined to invest in a country that is in a constant state of emergency. And we keep talking about diversifying and forex and bringing in US and this. And you cannot bring in US if your country in a state of emergency only 24/7. How is investors going to be secure to make an investment in a country that's always in a state of emergency?
Well, when's the last time you talked to any investor?
Pardon me?
When's the last time you speak with any investor who want to invest in Trinidad?
We don't have to speak to investors. Investors, if they see a country doing well, they would speak to us. Investors that see countries doing, the Chinese, when they see something lucrative in their country, they just come to your country and make investments. But when they see a country always in a state of emergency, guess what they're not doing? They're not coming to your country and making and inquiring about anything.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Businesses don't like risk that they can't control.
Yeah.
You know, and then that they have absolutely no control over. And so, if you have a choice of a country that's not in a state of emergency like Barbados, or Grenada and Trinidad, in terms of whatever you're planning to do and it could go anywhere, you'll probably choose them because you don't want to have to deal with the state of emergency. But state of emergency is a psychological thing too. And so yeah, it's not good to continuously have states of emergencies. No.
Yeah. All right. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning, gentlemen. Happy Tuesday.
Morning, Captain Ron.
Yes. The Russians are coming. I sent it to you guys last night. And I would love to see the response of Miss Kamala Prasad when this hits the fan in Trinidad and Tobago, because it's all around outside. And this is how I know America is not going to attack Venezuela. All that's just a stand. because Russian is coming, the Russians are coming, and the Chinese already have certain kind of boats down there already. So it's this thing about where she's taunting America to do this and do that. No. Take care. God forbid that Venezuela turn into Trinidad. It's just between Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela. All right?
But
Because
already
America
turned into that, you know.
made any statement yet.
Yeah.
Trump hasn't made any statement yet. Or if you do Trinidad or Guyana or something, this is what's going to happen to you. So we on our own. Trinidad and Tobago is standing by themselves. All right, so let's see how it plays out. Y'all have a great day.
All right, take care. America will find some other thing to distract them and hightail it out of the Caribbean just now. Watch and see.
Mr. Patrick.
Yeah. Good morning again. This vocation leave thing. A lot of people don't really understand vocation leave and age limit. If you have to retire at 60, compulsory retirement, and you have vocation, sometimes people accumulate vocation leave and they have months hoping they will get buyout. You understand what's going on? They call that accumulation of vocation leave without buyout to vocation leave. No, a lot of people do not go on vocation leave because of perks, traveling allowance, housing allowance, custody allowances, food allowance, and time and a half allowances. So it didn't make sense going on vocation. So people just accumulate vocation, brother, to get money. That's what has happened. No, I was in New York recently there. I was in Bronx, I was in Far Rockaway, I was in Manhattan, I was in certain places. And this thing that Mr. Lincoln will talk about the state of emergency. You know how bad that is sung in America? We ain't coming there, boy. Always in a state of emergency. Wendell? That's serious thing. Your country in an emergency state all the time because of something. So when people hear Trinidad in a state of emergency, people say, we ain't coming back here for carnival, we ain't coming and going on no boat ride, we ain't coming and going on the avenue, we ain't coming and going over because they're afraid of dead. So when we use it as state of emergency to deal with crime, we have to think again what we're really doing.
All right.
Okay, sounds very much.
It's a bad thing.
Thanks, Mr. Patrick.
My opinion is a state of emergency without a curfew does nothing. Because I don't know that the murder rate has stopped. What has increased? Increased accidents. Increased all kind of crazy, some of them unexplicable, unexplainable deaths. Increased police killings. That has increased. All those things have increased since, I don't know if people watching that. So if people only counting the amount of murders that they have, I don't know that is necessarily true,
But they said there's a 42% decline in murders.
Yeah.
So you're doubting the police statistics? You say the police lying?
I will ever accuse police of lying.
There's a 42% decrease in
police of lying?
Which is why I congratulated the TTPS yesterday. I said,
you did.
Many times we criticize you when the murder rate is high.
You did say that.
I say what you're doing, and so when it's gone down by 42%.
I heard you. So you endorsing the state of emergency?
You have to give
because
them.
You endorsing it. You endorse it. You endorsing the state of emergency. You know why? Because the state of emergency, and the commissioner said it yesterday again, he is the one who initiated it. He said it, not Mr. Benjamin, the commissioner. I heard him on another radio station.
Well, it seems as if they initiated it because when they didn't initiate it, they lobbied for it, I assume. Because and that came out from their press release, superseding everybody else's, including the president. So obviously, the current administration is, I don't want to say how should I say that? Is acquiescing to the TTPS at this point, but there are also economic things to count into us. State of emergency, I've always stated this, and my position is very clear. A state of emergency is not to be utilized in the fight against crime. That's not what the constitutional framers envisioned a state of emergency for. It's not a tool to fight crime.
And I totally agree.
That's
Richard,
my
they came
position
to
on
us.
state of emergency.
They came to us, no less a person than the Attorney General. You can't form a government without a Prime Minister and Attorney General. The Attorney General came to us and said that they prevented a rocket launcher from decimating the building, the Parliament. He said that. Where does that come from? They move a whole set of high profile, high risk prisoners out of the prison, carry them down Tetron. And guess what? They said the same people still communicating with the outside world and the criminal. The state telling us those things, you know, nobody is making up that. It's people from the state actually telling us that. And we supposed to just listen to that and be okay with it. They cancel Independence Day parade because they say their lives, they have plans to do whatever, strike against the judiciary and high officials. They do that. We didn't make that up.
All right, hold 1 minute there, Wendell.
Saying that he said when people was going party, them was trying to figure out how to make $1.
Miss Sampson,
on the video.
Go ahead, Miss Sampson. Because we missed
Chelsea, good morning. I have a friend here have a problem, so I'm going to give her the phone.
Your friend have a problem.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, friend. How are you going?
I'm good. Sweetheart, I having a bad problem. I live in a AGC development in Turuba, and I am flooding out. And I don't know who again to go to get some assistance to put a drain. Everybody I go to saying they don't fund money for beautifying a yard. When it's not to beautify a yard, it is just to put a surface drain. The insurance, the house have insurance, the insurance cancel it as well. Yeah. So that I don't know who to go to again. I went to public health yesterday, not public health, self-help. I went to self-help yesterday. Them said the same thing the insurance saying, that they don't fund money to beautify yard. But nobody not understanding is not to beautify the yard.
Yeah.
The big drain is on the last house at the end of the street. The water comes up in the drain and overflow. Then my water just can't run out because the water in the drain backs up in the yard. I have videos, I have photos, 20 years I'm living there, and I don't know what again to do, who to go to.
Yeah, that is...
And 20 years insurance I've been paying.
Well, let's hope by highlighting it on the media, you'll get somebody to act, because trying to get AGC really and truly to do a lot of things on compounds and stuff. I myself living on a compound is not an easy thing, you know. So I don't know how to direct you right now, actually. So we can just highlight your plight and hope that it will forward.
The insurance that I'm paying for the 20 years, could we get them to come on the radio, on the TV?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. You know. So I don't know where to direct you right now.
From my experience in local government, there is always a blurring of the line between local government and HDC company.
Yeah, because always. I even went to the city corporation and the borough. Them refused to put the drain. They say it's AGC responsibility. Yes, AGC saying it's not their responsibility because I am no longer owing for the house.
Yeah, AGC compounds have been a nightmare for years in terms of who's responsible at the end of the day. I wish you luck. Honestly, I wish you luck. But try with your counselor. Again, a counselor can and may be able to help in terms of representing your interests with AGC. They may have a better understanding of the situation. and be able to work something out. I've seen that happen in Port of Spain already, where councillors have intervened on behalf of.
Yeah, but my councillor is not doing anything as well. As I tell you, it's 20 years. When I flood out a couple of weeks ago, I called her and she came with the engineer, and it's he that tell me what to be done, but there is nothing she could do or nobody is doing.
Yeah,
she came and she saw the flooding.
Yeah, you're gonna have it tough there. Yeah. I wish you. Yeah. I hope that things work out for you.
But what I would do, Cole, is if I do find out anything that we can help you with, because sometimes listeners and other persons, come up with suggestions, I will pass it on to Miss Sampson for you. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because when you're living in those situations for a nightmare, as it is for years, 10, 15, 20 years, and they're not solving your problems, Yeah.
HGC compounds / local government, there have always been clashes as to who's supposed to do what. Always been clashes. And I don't know that any government could have fixed that.
Caller, good morning to you. Is there with us? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning to the panel.
Good morning. Your phone or something making a whole lot of noise in the background. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
Anyhow, go ahead. We can begin.
Okay. Yeah, good morning to the panel. The past administration, during the Rory administration, we haven't seen Robert Amal get on an award. And now this new administration, he like it seems as though like he's not getting an award. I know that documents were sent into the past administration, documents sent into this present administration, and Robert Amal has done so much for this country in terms of the arts and development. His studio was rated number 3 in the world by one of the number 3 studios in the world by Mix magazine, and he has done so much for the arts. He transformed the music industry nationally and regionally, and so on. He took use some of the block and had a recording in a studio. Right, he did a lot for the country in terms of the arts. He even assisted Pantry and Bigger with certain initiatives. He sponsored steel bands. Desperados recorded in the studio. Panberries recorded in the studios and such. And I mean, it's kind of Robert Amavi recognized and receive a national award. I mean, it's the eve of that. And documents were sent in. I don't understand. Because he got recommendations from Martin Raymond, Associate Professor UTT, the recommendation from Ashley, a gentleman who was in the Kiskidi Caravan, and he's a lecturer in UE, and so on. Also Sean Poland, he used to work in Caribbean Foundation. He also teaches at UTT. And I mean, it's kind of sad that Robert Amal has like an unsung hero that up to now he hasn't been recognized to receive an award. Documents going in this year, and I think that is considered.
So is it that they are having the award ceremony? Is it that the award ceremony is actually on for this year?
Yes, it's on tomorrow. The Prime Minister said that it will be on, so it's on tomorrow. But you understand, it's on.
But so far, you have heard nothing for Robert, as you are saying. All right, okay, no problem. Well, we'll follow it and see.
I haven't heard anything about national awards this year.
Yeah. Because normally you hear certain things happening where that is concerned.
Who would be getting awards on what?
Who will be getting the awards? At least by now you'd have started to see and hear some movement, but that'll be when we get up tomorrow morning. We'll find out.
Nobody has been able to confirm yet when the Prime Minister will be heading to the UN.
All right, well, 8 o'clock news is next.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio and Guile Caribbean. I'm Derek. The High Court has strongly criticized the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for failing to respond to a Freedom of Information request from a former murder accused. Justice Frank Seepersad ruled in favor of Makesi Felix, who spent over 7 years behind bars before being acquitted last September of murdering his neighbor in Marabella. Felix says prosecutorial delays meant he waited nearly 4 years before his case even reached the High Court. After his acquittal, Felix wrote to the DPP's office in November last year, seeking disclosure of case files and policies surrounding indictments. But the court heard the DPP never replied, never appeared in court and failed to meet its statutory obligation under Section 15 of the Freedom of Information Act. Justice C. Prasad called the DPP's silence unacceptable, warning it undermines public trust in an office central to the justice system. He ordered the DPP to make a decision on Felix's request and pay his legal costs. An autopsy has confirmed that 12-year-old Mariah Senath died from blunt force trauma to the head, consistent with a beating. The battered body of the San Fernando East Secondary student was found on Sunday along a bushy track in Friendship Village, St. Madeleine. Her father, Marlon Senath, broke down as he revisited the scene Monday, pointing to her slippers on the path where he believes she was ambushed. He said his daughter's body bore marks of strangulation, with injuries to her neck, abdomen, and face. Senath described Mariah as respectful, loving, and devoted to her family, saying, "They should have come at me, not my daughter. I have to get justice somehow." Mariah had been walking home from her grandmother's house when she disappeared. Hours later, a passerby made the grim discovery near the recreation ground. Tributes have since poured in from her school community and the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, which remembered her as a bright spark and called her killing a painful reminder of the urgent need to confront violence, especially against women and children. Former Finance Minister Colm Imbert has threatened legal action against Trinidad Express newspapers and CCN TV6, accusing them of defamation and misuse of confidential information. In a pre-action letter sent to One Caribbean Media, Imbert's attorneys claimed the outlets published and amplified false allegations linking him to fraud, money laundering, and misconduct in public office. The dispute stems from a September 17 article quoting CL Financial shareholder Carlton Rise, who called for a police probe into Imbert and former Minister Brian Manning over the liquidation of CL Financial and Clico. Imbert's legal team argues that the coverage, along with online comments left under the articles, encouraged the public to view him as corrupt, despite no charges or evidence. They've demanded the immediate removal of the articles, deletion of defamatory comments, a public apology, and financial compensation. Failure to comply by September could result in high court action. The Trinidad and Tobago Automotive Dealers Association is calling for greater transparency in the local automotive sector, especially when it comes to foreign exchange allocations. TTADA President Visham Babwa and Vice President Rondell Fields say the public has a right to know how major decisions affect consumers. Their comments follow the Exim Bank's recent release of companies granted foreign exchange. Babwa questioned whether forex given to export-oriented businesses is being reinvested in the local economy, warning that without checks and balances, allocations could be diverted for other purposes. Fields dismissed claims that publishing such data could compromise security, arguing that companies already declare profits publicly. He stressed that transparency is the only way to properly understand national consumption patterns and prevent wastage. The TTADA leadership is preparing a formal proposal to government, urging tighter reporting requirements for corporations in the sector. The Fire Service Association is warning that citizens' lives are at serious risk because the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service is in a state of near collapse. Association President Kioi Guy told Guardian Media that many stations are still without fire appliances and basic firefighting equipment. He said officers in high-priority areas like San Fernando, Cuva, and San Juan often relied on appliances pulled from other stations. But those shortages have now become so severe, there are no extra resources left to move. Guy stressed that urgent investment is needed to upgrade equipment, facilities, and continuous training for officers. He blamed more than a decade of underfunding for the collapse, warning the consequences are already being seen in deaths, displacement, and economic loss. He cautioned that even with immediate funding, it will take time to rebuild capacity and prepare officers for the risks they now face. Finally, in international news, French President Emmanuel Macron has announced that France is joining the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia in formally recognizing a Palestinian state. Speaking at the United Nations today, Macron declared, "We can no longer wait." Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas also addressed the UN, saying he envisions a future for Gaza without Hamas. And Secretary General Antonio Guterres stressed that Palestinian statehood is a right, not a reward. Israel, however, maintains there will be no two-state solution. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu skipped today's debate, with Israel's UN ambassador saying any decision on annexing more of the West Bank will be taken when Netanyahu returns from an upcoming White House trip. Meanwhile, the United States declined to speak at today's session, but President Donald Trump is expected at the UN tomorrow, when the General Assembly marks the organization's 80th anniversary. And that's news at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Don't miss Furniture Plus Inventory Blowout Sale. Get up to 65% off in-store and online. Enjoy massive savings on furniture, appliances, and more. Hurry, this deal won't last. Shop now and save big at Furniture Plus.
Charmflair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop, located at number 1.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Charmflair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop, located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Charmflair, right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Devante tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services: oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Charmflair Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Charmflair. We do it all.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box. It's the funniest comedy, rated 10 out of 10. You don't leave out to watch Corn. Now hits the Central Bank Auditorium on Saturday the 27th of September at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 28th at 6:30 p.m. before heading to Sapa San Fernando on October 4th and 5th. It's the best show of 2025. You don't leave out to watch Corn. September 27th and 28th at Central Bank Auditorium and October 4th and 5th at Sapa. Call 481-2185 for further information. You don't leave out to watch Corn. Who does that?
You are listening to Road to Republic on New Era TT Radio. The shift to a republic brought new responsibilities to our Parliament and Senate. No longer tied to the British Crown, these bodies became the true heartbeat of our democracy. The House of Representatives, led by the Speaker, and the Senate, with its mix of government, opposition, and independent voices, now had the authority to act fully on behalf of the people. The Republic placed greater emphasis on accountability and representation, pillars of a free nation. That was Road to Republic on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
of course, I just want to remind you the tickets are available at K Squared Fashions, West Mall, K Squared Fashion, Eastgate, and Brentwood Mall in Chagonas for your Don't Leave Foul to Watch Corn, as well as Jabili Rawi in Tunapuna, Electronics in Arima, Charfley Auto Services, and of course, Antoni's Florals at Valpark Shopping Plaza. Tickets are also available at the Central Bank Auditorium box office from 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. So you can also get your tickets there. Looking forward to the show this weekend. You can check RSRR Productions Theater for how you can purchase tickets online. Also, I got this interesting video that I thought was interesting. Get your part of it.
The video should terrify you. She's part of an experiment, but she doesn't know it. You see, these people are in on it. So every single time they hear a beeping noise, they stand up. It only takes until about the third time before she folds and stands for no reason. Now here's where it gets really crazy. One by one, each one of the people leave the room. And now she's all by herself. And the same beeping noise goes off, and look, she stands. Now they bring somebody new in that was not a participant. Remember, she wasn't a participant. She stands up. At first he ignores her. He asks why. She says everybody was doing it, so she thought she was supposed to. He doesn't quite understand what's going on, but look what he does. He stands. More new people come in, and they all start to stand as well. And remember, all of this started from some fake-ass rule that made no sense. And this experiment is exactly why you should think for yourself. This is how bullshit spreads. One person does it, and then everybody else follows without asking any questions. Then, it becomes the new normal. This is messed up because this is exactly how families pass down bad habits and how entire cultures can be built on lies. Critical thinking is so important because once you stop thinking, you're no longer living your life. You're just another sheep in the herd.
That's me, right?
For thought.
That's an excellent. Would you say it's an analogy on what people bad habits that people do or habits that people pick up?
Yeah. Well, it's an experiment that you follow. A lot of people are sheep. A lot of people, you follow and you follow blindly.
It's akin to like the Mexican wave, that all of a sudden you see people standing up and raising their hand, and everybody start doing it when it's time, and they raise their hand.
So
but
it's all about critical thinking for yourself, and thinking and going through stuff and analyzing stuff, which I hope we contribute to in this show in terms of critical thinking, in terms of the opinions we have, and sometimes the arguments we have.
Yes. I wanted to at least alert people of one thing, right? Because I can't keep quiet forever. That I had a personal matter that I was dealing with. And it culminated in June. The decision was supposed to have been made on July 8th. It was postponed to August 8th. When August 8th came, it was postponed to September 22nd, which was yesterday. And guess what happened yesterday? It was postponed again to October 27th. So I'm going to give, because I plan to give that story, because it's an experience in my life that I would like to share with people, because I want people to understand how cruel human beings can be. Human beings just think who should know better. But it just shows you how people can suddenly turn on you. So I want to give that experience, but I don't want to give it until it comes to its conclusion.
Oh,
right?
okay. It's like
so
a
that's why we've been talking about it and only putting it off. But it's not me putting it off, right? So October 27th, hopefully it will come to an end. Well, I mean, I've been saying this for the last 4 months. Come to an end, and I will give it then, right? I know a lot of you all will be shocked when I do eventually tell you what it is, right? So, but folks, have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God, and just one life, live it, because you see now people just literally dropping like flies.
So happy Republic Day. Greetings to all of our listeners and viewers, and of course those particularly in Trinidad and Tobago. Happy Republic Day. We have a holiday tomorrow. We celebrate Republic Day tomorrow. So enjoy the holiday, whatever you do. Reminding you, of course, the theater is on this weekend, and it's a great stress reliever for you to attend. You don't leave out to watch Corn. Somebody actually sent a message and put a message on and said, it was a great stress reliever for them and they needed it when they came. And after it, it really helped them, rebalance their life. It was a wonderful comment that somebody had posted up on social media about coming to the play. So don't underestimate the value of laughter. This weekend, you don't leave out to watch Corn on at Central Bank Auditorium, Saturday at 8:30, Sunday at 6:30. Get your tickets early. Have a fantastic day tomorrow. Whatever you do, remember to smile and laugh. It's great for your health. New Era TT Radio continues on the stream, newerattradio.com, and of course on TuneIn at New Era TT Radio. Continue, and of course, content throughout the day. Have a great day, whatever you do. We are out. We'll speak to you bright and early on Thursday morning, because tomorrow we ain't here because it's holiday.
Have a happy Republic, everybody.
Yes, happy Republic Day, all.
Have a fantastic day, whatever you do. And of course, this has been The Breakfast Show.
Yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes turned on.